everybody, welcome back to Talking Wolves. We're back here for another match review, the first match review of the 1920 season as Wolves have finished their first official pre-season game over in China today. Hope you guys are doing well. As always, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more match reviews, more transfer gossip and so on. But what a great start to the campaign for Wolves, a 4-0 win up against Newcastle United. An unsharp Newcastle United, a distracted Newcastle United, you could say. Obviously, just the appointment of Steve Bruce this morning, maybe that's in the back of their minds. But it was such a great performance from Wolves today. From start to finish, to be honest, very professional. The starting lineup was probably, I'm not going to say as you'd expect, because there was one or two players that were and positions that were up in the air, really. I think the main one being the striker position. I think Diogo Jota was a cert to start. But who partners him? Do you put Adama Traore up there? Do you give a go for Niall Ennis or Austin Samuels? But Nuno actually opted to go with Morgan Gibbs-White, almost as a shadow striker. But I think he worked really well with Diogo Jota. The link-up play was great, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. The same midfield three that we saw so often last season of Neves, Moutinho and Dendoncker. Full backs of Adama Traore at right wing back, Johnny at left wing back, and then the normal back three of Bennett, Cody and Bolly, with Rui Patricio in goal. But, you know, it was always going to be quite a slow game, I think. It was 34 degrees, 80% humidity out there, almost unplayable. But Wolves did really well with the conditions as they were. But we were just knocking the ball around. It's quite a slow tempo, just like a normal sort of exhibition game, to be honest. But Wolves took first blood, really good move. And the first little bit of energy shown by either side. Diogo Jota getting the ball, quickly passing it across to Johnny. And just that little burst of pace to find Jota again. Took the goal really well on his left foot. Past the goalkeeper. Took a slight deflection. I think Newcastle will be disappointed. Obviously, keeper beating it, his near post. But it had some good power on it. Obviously found its way into the back. And then from there on, really, it was more or less complete control for Wolves. Soon after, again, number 2 for, it was Morgan Gibbs-White, wasn't it? The Newcastle defence, nowhere to be seen. They had 3 or 4 men around the ball. Johnny grabbing his second assist of the game, sliding in Morgan Gibbs-White. Still had a little bit to do because, you know, he had all that time in front of him, but poor positioning, I believe, from Carl Darlow, who's in goal for Newcastle, and Morgan caressed it beautifully into the bottom corner of the net, gave Wolves the 2-goal lead, and I believe that was Morgan's first senior goal for the club as well. So great for him. I think it's important for Morgan Gibbs-White, these sort of games, because of course with the likes of Jimenez and Doherty, with obviously in Adama's case as well, those two have got to take advantage of these games, and if they can play well and gain more minutes, they've got more chance of appearing a little bit more next season. Morgan, we always have him down as quite a central midfielder, but I think the way he worked with Diogo Jota today is both of those are strikers. The link-up play, the way they can both link up works really, really well. And talking about Diogo, he went on to get the 3rd goal for Wolves. Again, catastrophic defending by Newcastle. I don't know what they were doing. Pretty decent move on the right-hand side by Wolves to begin with. Newcastle gained the ball back. All they had to do was clear it or pass it out, and they're messing around with it in the area. Diogo Jota, quite a strong tackle on Isaac Hayden, I think it was. And Jota took his time, a couple of touches and smashed it. And I think it actually went through the legs of Carl Darlow in the end. And for Wolves to go in at half-time, 3-0 up, I think Nuno would be so happy and in some sense relieved, because he's got a lot less pressure then to bring on the young lads who can sort of come on, express themselves freely with no real pressure on them then. You know, the second half was a lot slower. Obviously, these guys, this is our first official pre-season friendly. We've had a couple behind closed doors. Newcastle have only just coming back into pre-season. But obviously for Wolves, it's key for us to get up to top sharpness as soon as possible, because we're in Europa League action a week tomorrow. And I think that it was good to see a number of players get 90 minutes. Wolves as well. You know, most first teamers getting 60 plus minutes. John Ruddy came on at half time for Rui Patricio. That was the only change at half time. But going forward, again, it was a lot slower because of the heat. But then we got to see some of the young lads come on. At 3-0 up, you can afford to do that. So we saw, I'm probably going to miss them out, but Dion Sanderson came on. We saw Vinagre come on at left wing back as well. Hongwan came on at central midfield. Taylor Perry. who else? Niall Ennis came on up front as well. There was definitely a couple of others that I can't quite remember off the top of my head, so apologies if I have missed them out. But yeah, well, they actually did really well. There was a couple of chances. One chance where Niall Ennis won the ball, really good pace down the wing and laid off a chance. I think it was Taylor Perry who shot past the goalkeeper. It was cleared almost off the line. And we did get a fourth goal in the end. It was from the corner spot. Ball whipped in by Vinagre. It wasn't the best of corners, but then put into the own net by Tom Allen, I think his name was, of Newcastle United. And that was all in the end. It was a really good victory for us. Great to get a clean sheet. I think Nuno will be delighted with that. A really good workout for Wolves as well. And obviously now we move on to the friendly against either Manchester City or West Ham, assuming it's going to be Man City, but you never know in football, do you? That'll be on Saturday as well. But really impressive performance by Wolves. Let me know if you watched the game, your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and some more reviews and football news will be coming very soon. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you all next time.